Great evening. It's Grace, or AKA Wash Your Face with Grace, or Grace Hackett. How are you guys? I am actually going to be, I don't want to say all over the place with my notes, but right here next to me, I actually have my laptop so that maybe I'll be able to see who's on. And if you guys say hello, I'll know who's saying hello because I can't figure this out on my phone. Oh gosh, you guys can really tell that I am not the most computer savvy girl out there, but it's okay. Because you know what? I'm here, I'm trying, and as I always say to my kids, you got to give it a shot. So I'm just getting myself set up as far as looking and seeing if there are comments. Okay. And so far, no comments. It's all right, though. It's all good. I'm going to give you guys a couple of minutes to pop on. I just want to put all my products in an order that I want to speak about them, but I'm really excited to talk about the Clinical Solutions boosters, because the boosters are just, they're amazing. And there's such a purpose to them. And the purpose, I should say, to each of them. You know what I mean? There's just a great purpose to each of them. And they really, really help out your skin to look its best. So I just wanted to grab my little cheat sheet. This time is actually in a folder. There's a lot to say. I'm not going to read everything here. I promise. I promise. Okay. But I did want to just pull out some stuff, primarily because, as I like to say to you guys, I'd rather give you information that I am reading from notes than to tell you something that is like a fake or a Graceism. See, Graceisms are things that I'll tell you, for example, Extra Emollient Night Cream, which is the original Mary Kay moisturizer, is a great cream for your face. It's great if you want to put it on like anything that's dry, your elbows, your knees, your feet, whatever. But I actually even like to wear it on my lips. But it's not designed for the lips, but I do wear it on my lips because it just makes them so soft. Hey, Jane. Oh, I see that. See, Jane, I'm looking at my laptop and I can actually see the comments from here. So I'll wave to you here, but I'm looking at you over here. Jane, I hope you're laughing with me, but you can laugh at me too. It's all right. It's all good. All right. So you know what? I am going to start because you can watch this on replay. And if you are watching it on replay, just hit that you did that and just hit hashtag replay so I know. And that's about it. So now I'm babbling. One thing I will say, it's like I am just amazed. I put my makeup on this morning at 7:30. It hasn't moved. The only thing I touched up was my lipstick. So I'm excited. I'm excited about that. Okay, enough about me. Now it's time to talk about these boosters. Clinical Solutions, which is our dermacosmetic line, is a line that really helps to accelerate your skin's I don't want to say growth, but just to make it healthier. Dermacosmetics are products that really work, just with dermatologists. And they have to meet stringent standards in order to have that designation of a dermacosmetic. But the line initially started with our retinol. And the retinol, if you do recall, is part of, she's laughing with me. But the retinol actually started out as 0.5, and it also had a milk. But we tried to show you guys a retinization process. And if you were, let's just say if you were saying, oh, wait a minute, what's this? What do I do this day? What do I do? It could be very confusing. So Mary Kay decided, all right, instead of making it 0.5, let's go down to 0.3. So retinol 0.3 is what we have these days. And what I love about this is you can use it every day if you want to. Some people I know, like their skin is uber sensitive, but they really like using this because let's face facts, retinol is actually very heavy duty exfoliator. But what I love about this is that you can use it daily. If not, just use it in your time frame. So if you are using it every other day and that works for you, great. But the retinol is just something that I'm going to go a little bit more in depth another day, I promise you. Another product in this Dermacosmetics line of clinical solutions is our wrinkle limiter. Okay, now not to be confused with our filler from the TimeWise Repair line. This is actually the limiter. Now, the filler can go anywhere. And it actually, I like to use it here from time to time for these marionette lines. I personally don't care about the marionette lines. Some women, it flips them out. It doesn't bother me because it just means I laugh a lot. I'm always laughing or smiling or whatever. So for me, it's just who I am. But some women, they can't stand it. You can't use the limiter on this, okay? You can use the filler here, okay, from the repair line. But here, the 11s, or as I like to call them, the husband aggravation lines, the 11s, the lines here in the eye area, this is great for the limiter. And we're going to talk again another night when I talk about the retinol. I'm going to talk about 3 products that night. I'm going to talk about the retinol, I'm going to talk about the limiter, and I'm going to talk about the barrier repair. If you've watched any videos on this page, you're going to know how much I love this product. And it took me a good 5 months to say, I really need to use this from the day it came out. Okay, at first I was like, ugh. But this, besides the fact that it makes your skin soft within a 3-hour time frame of your first trying it, what it does, and it helps to like rebuild. So we'll get into that one night. But tonight, I'm going to talk about the boosters. Now, if you want to know more, not more about boosters, if you want to know why boosters are important, this was the best analogy I ever heard, so I use it all the time. If you have a cold or the flu, or, you know, maybe you kind of maybe cut yourself a little deep and you want the doctor to check it out, you're going to go to your general practitioner. That's their job. They have to know a lot in order to be a general practitioner. Let me tell you something. I love my GP. She's amazing. But I'm not going to go to her for my gynecological issues. For that, I'm going to go to a specialist. If I have, orthopedic issues, I'm going to go to an orthopedist, and so on and so forth. It's kind of like I'm not going to ask my gastroenterologist to deliver a baby. So that's with the boosters. Your daily skincare is like using, like going to your regular doctor, your regular GP, your serums. All that is like going to your regular GP. But your boosters, that's another ball of wax. That's like going to a specialist. And we have 4. We have our PHA AHA surface refacer. I call it the resurfacer. We also have the C plus resveratrol line reducer. There is the HA plus ceramide, which is a hydrator. And then last but not least, we have the ferulic and the niacinamide, which is for skin discoloration. Okay, so the first thing I'll tell you is this one, the blue. We always talk about them by color. I don't know why. The blue, the HA plus ceramide, can be used with anything. You can use this alone, or you can use it in conjunction with another booster. All right. I love the thickness of it, but it's not thick, but they're all clear. Okay. But there's like a little bit more of a, hold on. It's a little bit thicker than the other ones. And the HA really is one of those products. And again, now we go to the cheat sheet because I just want to give you the right info. Okay. The HA has that hyaluronic acid, which is a powerhouse humectant, and it's there to bind more than 1,000 times your skin, to keep it hydrated and to keep the water in. That's what we want. We want the hydration to stay in. It's really essential for skin moisturization. So if you're feeling your skin is dry, HA plus ceramide is for you. I mean, personally, I recommend it to all my clients because it is a great product in general. So you just, it's just one of those things. But not everyone has that dryness, but it's something that doesn't clog up your pores either. But it is it's there for the dryness of the skin. It supports the skin's barrier with highly targeted ingredients. Now, if you are thinking, well, what booster should I start with? It would probably be that one, unless, of course, you have another issue that you'd like to address. The next one, for example, I'll talk about is the ferulic and the ferulic and niacinamide. This is the one that I personally do not use. From time to time, like when I see like there's some sun damage or whatever, I might, I might use it for a couple of months and then I kind of stop because that's not my issue. My issue is the wrinkles. Those are my issues, okay? At my age, I want to keep my skin looking definitely healthier and with as few lines or as few visible lines as possible. So the niacinamide and ferulic acid, okay, is tremendous because it boosts the skin's brightness, all right? It also features scientifically proven ingredients to improve the overall appearance of uneven skin. And I'm not going to say that, oh, it cures melasma. No, I'm not saying that. But a lot of times we do have skin discoloration on our face because of the sun, because of past sun damage. And you want to make sure that you're applying it, again, in such a way that your skin is cleansed, but then you're going to apply it over that cleansed face because it's going to get the most benefit. All right. The way to properly use these boosters is after you cleanse. If you happen to be doing a peel or a microdermabrasion or anything like that, you would use it after that, but before you get into your serums. But you definitely would use it first. And especially with any kind of skin discoloration, you don't want to just put it where it's discolored. With this, you're going to put it all over your face. All right. And again, I'm going to read to you from the little book of Grace. The ferulic acid helps to prevent free radicals formation on the skin, which age and damage the skin. And it means that, fewer factors now for that discoloration. It also helps to support the skin's natural antioxidant systems to help reduce discoloration. And it's got skin soothing properties that help limit the cause of discoloration. All right. The niacinamide has been shown to significantly, now I'm really reading, decrease visible skin discoloration or hyperpigmentation by protecting the skin's barrier, which is your first line of defense. It also doubles as an antioxidant to help limit the key causes of discoloration and to reduce the look of uneven skin. And it has Mary Kay's patented navy bean extract. And that also helps to increase skin brightness, which is, you want your skin bright. You don't want it dull and lifeless. You want it bright. So it is just one of those products that really helps, again, to combat that skin discoloration. And that one is again, ferulic and niacinamide, and that's the orange. Okay. Think orange, think brightness, think the sun. Okay. The sun. And the sun, while it's great for us, the vitamin D is great, it can damage if we're not careful. Kind of like when I talk about the HA plus ceramide, it's blue. Okay. What's hydrating? Water, blue, ocean, just a little something for you. I can't say that I have that for everything, but I have it for those two. Okay. Next, we have the PHA and the AHA. Now, how I'd like you to think about this is maybe you want to do an exfoliating peel. All right. And the peel is one of those products that goes in 3 layers deep, and it helps to reveal healthy looking skin. That's here. Now you have your retinol up here because it's it's deeper. It's definite, exfoliation that really gets in there, okay, and really helps to erase the age, as it were, okay. But some people, they can't necessarily use this even a couple of days. They just can't for whatever reason. So what do we do instead? PHA, AHA, resurfacer. Now, when we first had the retinol, like I said, it was 0.5, and it was very, very strong. Okay, very strong. So you were not allowed to put it on your throat. The retinol 0.3, you can put it on your throat, but from habit, I've been using this on my throat. I've just been using it. It goes deeper. And what I like about it is, I don't think my skin is perfect by any stretch of the imagination. I'm a regular person, but there are no lines. There are no lines here. And I think that has a lot to do with the fact that I use the PHA, AHA here. But you can use it on your face. There's nothing wrong with using it on your face. Just don't use the PHA, AHA if you're using another deep exfoliation. So if you're using microdermabrasion or the peel or retinol that day, do not use the PHA, AHA on your face. But you can use it on your throat. Like I said, I use this on my throat all the time. And just a little bit about that. It is the targeted skin texture. It targets skin texture with the Dermacosmetics Solution specific product. It is scientifically proven to increase and improve skin's softness. It's got the polyhydroxy acid, which is the PHA. And it was specifically chosen, the formula was chosen so that it can be left on the skin. See, with Mary Kay, as I've said many times, and I'll continue to say it, FDA only bans about 11 chemicals. The European Union over 1,100. We go by European Union standards, which is, I'm just so proud of that, because it just means that we're really looking out for your best interest. Okay. So, but what it does is it helps to improve skin's radiance and the appearance of skin texture by breaking apart the bonds between the dead skin cells to accelerate exfoliation on the top surface of your face. I know I just said a mouthful, but it does a lot with very little. The alpha hydroxy acid, or the AHA, helps to accelerate skin's renewal and exfoliation by breaking apart the bonds between the dead skin cells on multiple surface layers. So the Levon acid also helps to improve skin's radiance and the appearance of skin's texture for overall smoothness. And there is glycerin in there, which is a humectant, and its ability to attract water to itself and helps boost the moisture levels. So not only are you resurfacing, but you're also boosting the moisture levels in your skin. So it's definitely not the type of product that's going to, suck all the life out of you. It's going to keep your skin looking great. And then finally, before I just kind of give you like an order of application, is the C plus resveratrol. Now, when we originally got boosters, the first two boosters were the HA and the C plus resveratrol. And so that's how I think I just know these better than I know the other two, primarily because I've been using these for a couple of years now. And the C plus resveratrol is one of those products that gives you tightening, it gives you lifting, it gives you firming. I will say this so that you're not afraid. And let's just open this one because, okay. Do you see how it's kind of like yellow? Okay. It's been open for a couple of days. I use it, it's been open, there you go. What happens, okay, with the C plus resveratrol as well as the ferulic, once this hits the air, it starts to just turn color. When this first happened, so many of us called the company and they finally sent an email and they said, look, it is just the discoloration of the product. It does not take away any of the nutrients. It doesn't take away any of its potency. It's just the color. nothing to do with anything. And you know what? I've been using it all this time. And again, the line factor here, I don't know. We could just, whoops. I'm just going to put a little bit of extra light here. Not too shabby, okay? And as I said, I've been using this a long time. And I just love the fact that you put it on, you leave it on. So it works right on these. It works on these. It works on, it just works on any of those fine lines and wrinkles. It's tremendous. See, Jane, I'm looking because Jane's my only commenter. Ladies, you can comment. I promise I won't come to your door. Well, maybe I will and ask for coffee, but that's about it. But Jane uses the PHA and AHA on her throat too. It's like a habit, you know. Before we couldn't use it, we couldn't use the retinol, but now it's just habit. I'm always using it here. From time to time, though, I will use it on my face, but I digress. Anyway, so the C plus resveratrol, I'm just going to go back into my handy dandy chart, which gives you a little bit more. Okay. It visibly reduces the wrinkles. It's got vitamin C, resveratrol, which is a retinol derivative, and acetyl hexapeptide 8. Which is also a wrinkle reducer. Now, order of application. All right, Grace, you just threw a lot of products at me. Like, if I'm already using the skincare, what do I do? Great question. Okay, so if, for example, it is a retinol night, we'll go with the retinol night first. Okay, you would cleanse your face, put your eye cream on, ring fingers, please, and then you would use your retinol. You'd wait about, 5-10 minutes, just give it a chance to work. And then you could go right into the HA plus ceramide to give yourself a boost of hydration. Okay. And then from there, you would do the rest of your skincare, whether it's a serum, whether it's a barrier restore, your moisturizer, that comes after that. Now, if it's not a retinol night and you wanted to use that C plus resveratrol, you would use the cleanser. And after cleansing, you would put your C plus resveratrol for the wrinkles, okay? And after which, if you wanted to, you could put the HA plus ceramide. Now, you're probably thinking, do I need all that? That's really up to you. See, because every woman knows her skin. But if you're looking for targeted solutions, these are amazing. They really are amazing. And I find that, I should say I find that. Let's back up here. Don't use the C, any products with C, the same night you use your retinol, because the retinol and the C, it's almost like they cancel each other out. So that's why on a retinol night, I'll use my HA only. And because of habit, I use my PHA, AHA on my throat. After the retinol is on for a few minutes, then I go right back into my routine. Now, on a regular night, what I'll do is I will use my cleanser, and after I cleanse, I will use my C plus resveratrol, and I will use my HA plus ceramide. Now, you might think, well, what about those other two? Okay, great question. The ferulic. Okay. The ferulic is one that I would put on at night. So in the morning, if I'm using the C plus resveratrol, I put that on in the morning, followed by the HA. And then at night, I would kind of switch it up by doing all right, Grace, you just twisted all your words. If you're taking notes, mea culpa. I am so sorry. In the morning, if you're using, say, 3 of these boosters, okay, the way I do it when I'm using the ferulic, personal choice, okay, is I use my C plus resveratrol and the HA in the morning, followed by my regular skincare. But at night, I would use the ferulic, followed by the HA, before I went on with the rest of my routine. If you use all these 3 together, they're kind of going to, I don't want to say not. Let's move the HA. If you use these 2 together, then they're not going to work as best as they could. So that's why you kind of split them up. HA can be used anytime. anytime it's a hydrator. And your skin will feel so soft and so smooth afterwards. I promise you. But you know what? If you have more questions about this, of course, you can leave any questions that you have in the chat, or contact your consultant. Your consultant will be able to help you out and design the regimen that's right for you, because we all need different things. Okay? I hope that this has been helpful. I hope you learned a little something. Come back on Monday morning or watch the replay afterwards, because I'll be adding to our Create a Look, or it's kind of like a Build the Bear. I'm doing Build a Look. We started with this, we moved up, and I'm going to wrap up the look this coming Monday morning. And then we're just going to go into different looks for the summer and give you some ideas. So if you have any questions, like I said, leave them in the chat or call your consultant, and we'd love to help you out. Thanks so much for tuning in. Blowing you kisses. Have a great day.